yeah.
And I have something interesting in my stein.
Ooh, what kind of
Oh
interesting we
shit! I
talking
should
about
grab
here?
beer.
Well, it's a cocktail.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I don't know what kind though. I didn't read the I didn't read the label, but I do know that it's local, and that's the point.
Oh,
That's
it's one of those cocktail in a can things.
yes, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
It's
The Tentor, because
it
those
is
are actually pretty
Tentor.
good.
Yes, good call,
Hey,
Matt. Well done. Their stuff is delicious. All of their stuff. I have I bought a 6-pack of their or a 4-pack rather of their cerveza, and whew, oh, that is some good stuff. And this I actually became a fan of Tentor because I tried um their Arnold Palmer their spiked Arnold Palmer.
ooh.
So delicious. And so this
So
is a
isn't that just a
concoction.
John Daly? Isn't that what that's called?
I don't know. I didn't know there was a different name for it. I always just called it a spiked Arnold Palmer. Anyway, it doesn't matter because it's delicious. I highly recommend it. This is like I'm trying to go off memory, and I'm sitting here smelling it because it smells amazing. It's like a strawberry kiwi soda
All right, I'm back. I'm ready.
or
I know you
something.
already started it.
So I got a lot of alcohol. Like Evelyn and we went to that Lee's Hard Liquor
Oh, Lee's
Oh, yeah.
Discount
or at
Liquor.
least Discount Liquor.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they just opened one just down the street. And so we went there, and we ended up getting. Evelyn does not like beers, so which is why we have this Tentor stuff. And I thought to myself right before the episode, I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll just pour myself some of that. So I did. But we also got this pumpkin beer, like this pumpkin ale, which is really tasty.
Well, from who?
Is it Dogfish? I think.
Dogfish Head.
Yeah,
Those
Dogfish Head. That's it.
when we did home brewing, we actually modeled a pumpkin ale off of that one. It's the
Oh, nice.
best.
Yeah, it's pretty damn good. And then the other one we got is the Tentor Cerveza. So
Have
Oh,
you
yeah,
ever
dude.
been to Tentor, the actual
I
distillery?
have not. It's funny.
It's
I've had
really good.
I've had tons of Tentor, but never actually there.
If you go there, they have a who won the penalty? Apodaca won the penalty, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So I had the unique experience of watching this game on my phone at an amusement park.
Which one?
Six Flags Vallejo. It's not a bad
Nice.
park.
Huh?
It's not Magic Mountain, but it's not a bad park.
Yeah, Magic Mountain is pretty dope.
Yeah, I got season tickets.
Six Flags is not that bad.
No, it's not. But
The only thing
was
I don't
there
like
with
about
Hannah.
Six Flags is that you can't leave and come back.
yeah, you
Yeah.
can.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, they stamp you, or depending on which Six Flags you're at. But
I
yeah,
don't
they
know.
stamp you.
I don't trust stamps to stay on my skin.
But I gotta say though, if you're talking about theme parks in the area, Great America trumps
I
them
know,
all.
but Great
Nothing
American
but-
is a little more expensive, I think.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, I'm gonna take a
And
swig of this and
and my
see.
brother lives really close to Magic Mountain, so like I might as well get the Six Flags pass and then go
Yeah.
with it.
Oh, that is fantastic.
Let's see. Season pass to Great America is
Um,
Oh.
I think we're gonna start the episode, my
Cheap.
dudes.
Okay.
It's been a long day, and I'm ready to call it done.
Right on.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode number 50 of 1868 Weekly. I am your very tired host, joined today by I don't know which one of you I want to start with today, because I kind of actually started with Matt on that. So I think I'll start with Brad. Brad, how you doing today? Brad Polonsky, everyone.
I'm doing great. You know, I'm right now going through some statistics and reminding myself
Cool.
of this wonderful weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a fun time to be a Reno 1868 FC fan, that's for sure. Matt, tell us how you are. Matt Rafferty, everyone.
Man, I'm doing good. I finally feel like a human again after the vacation and being
Good.
sick. So,
Yeah.
man, I got energy actually.
Good.
It's crazy.
And you have another nice background, which I'm going to assume is somewhere in northern Nevada. Today, I'm not going to gander a guess. However, I'm going to give Brad the opportunity to guess the location of where
Um,
you're at. A lot of blue skies, little bit of mountains, a little bit of a flat plain. It kind of looks like. Where is he,
yeah.
Brad?
Oh man, I'm going to take a guess and say that you are looking at the Sierra Nevadas from I'm gonna say the southwest side of Reno. I'm not thinking that you're looking up towards downtown Reno, but it's a guess. I'm probably wrong.
No, it's actually coming out of Spanish Springs, down Pyramid Highway, looking out at Hidden Valley. That's just like northern Sparks
Mm.
right there.
I was gonna say there seems to be more trees in your picture than a lot of places in town. And if
I
you're
hear that a lot. Like Reno's not a green town. Every morning when I come down to Old Virginia, I get a view of like the north side of the valley and the northwest. It's all green.
well,
I'm getting beautiful fall
I was
colors
gonna
right now
say
in the morning.
now it should be a little bit of red, a little bit of orange and yellow, and yeah, still some green. When was your picture taken?
Maybe a week ago.
Yeah, because there's a lot of green in there. But
Yeah, it changed
fall
fast.
is coming quick. Yeah, as it does in Reno. There are usually two seasons, and our second season, winter, is on its way. Was supposed to start this weekend, guys, but luckily, our meteorologist Lindsay Matherly at Colo said no snow this weekend, but it was very close. So we'll just be getting rain. But let me tell you guys, this and potential rain is going to come on Sunday. So on Saturday, we're looking at a beautiful 75 and sunny when we host one of three teams for playoffs. Now, we don't know which one of those three teams yet. We have no idea, but we'll find out tomorrow night. I wish there was a way for it to work out so that we can. We had media day today, which is why we're doing this on a Thursday night or on a Tuesday night rather. And thank you guys for being able to adjust your schedules accordingly.
Yeah.
So we got some interviews for you, and of course we're gonna recap the last match, and then we'll be talking about the potential match against one of these three teams who all play tomorrow night. As I was saying, though, I wish there was a way where I could grab these interviews and then talk to you guys right here for the show, and then like do it during the matches. But that just unfortunately doesn't fit the schedule this week. Maybe some other time for that. That sounds like something that could be a lot of fun. But I've also pretty much talked to you guys about what's on the agenda today. So I think we're gonna get the old out of the way and then barrel on into the news. So this match on Saturday, guys. What'd you think? How'd we do?
Yeah, with this match, I thought the team played extremely well. You know, you don't allow a third consecutive shutout by sheer luck. Um, you do it with consistency. I thought that Galindo Cruz, you know, for all the garbage that we've given him earlier this season, has definitely filled out as a player that is worthy of his roster spot, is worthy of starting. I can't believe I'm saying that, but he's been playing really well recently. He's kind of learned not to go to ground so easily. Even with our San Jose players that we've been getting, the passing in the midfield, given that this is a team that isn't in the playoffs that we are playing against, but the passing in the midfield was extremely crisp. They were playing with their brains, actually trying out on the field, and definitely looked the part. Uh, and then, of course, always, it's great to see Aiden Apodaca back in the lineup. I thought he played absolutely brilliantly, winning a penalty for Corey to score, and then scoring himself off a really nasty kick across the box on a really good run.
Yeah.
Definitely, he is the one player we've been missing to stretch out the field. And now that he's back, I hope that he plays in the playoffs because he's definitely a very potent weapon.
Matt, what are your thoughts?
I that was some classic Ian ball right there. They were pressing high. They kept the pace up. They were doing their usual attack of moving it up the sides and either whipping one in or giving it an early cross into someone right outside the 18. Two goals in the run of play came out of that kind of play. So they knew what they were doing. Everybody had their role and everybody played that role and they did it beautifully. Um, and once again, I want to point out what Brad said that Aiden Apodaca had an excellent game. he had had a goal, but he was also just really hungry for more. He was really pushing that goal. But another big player once again is Kevin Partita. He's doing a lot of the yeoman's work in the background and connecting a lot of passes. I think he had something like 95% passing accuracy this game, and had several key passes that resulted in positive attack or even goals. And it was a complete team game. I loved it.
Yeah, really, really well fought and well played by Reno. I love the phrase Ian Ball because that's exactly what it was. I mean, everything about that game, possession. I think a kind of a slower pace based around that possession, and then you see a moment to stab, if you will, and in those moments, Reno scored, and the first was coming off of a penalty. Which Apodaca drew, and then Corey Herzog shot pretty clean on that to the right of the goal. And then we had from there, it was Corey Herzog again, right? And then Apodaca, it was Apodaca with the goal. And then following that came a really slick goal from Corey Herzog. And that would contribute to Corey Herzog and Duke Lacroix, the man, being named on the Team of the Week. So, yeah, well done to the two gentlemen. That was announced earlier today. One of the benefits to doing the podcast on a Tuesday. So we get to talk about our awesome players of the week. It's only like the millionth week that we've had players on there, and I think even with two players named this week, we've had that happen before as well. So just really, really good play, individual play from all of Reno 1868 FC's players en route to this second seed and a big win. And you know what's funny? We're talking about this match, but I didn't actually mention who we played against, and that was the Tulsa Roughnecks, and we beat them 3-0. So, I mean,
we're just too excited about it.
I mean, I'm really, really excited. It's
playoffs.
Yeah, it's been a wild day, and I've been really looking forward to talking about the squad. That's one. It's funny. Normally, I kind of sometimes like pushing off these episodes to give me a little bit more time to think about them. But this week I'm like, oh man, let's just hurry up and talk about this because I got to get this out. Really happy for this Reno 1868 FC squad. 51 wins, gentlemen, in the last 3 years with the King of the North, Ian Russell. So, yeah, I mean, I feel like there's not a whole lot to say about this match because there's a whole lot of good to say, which we've done. But is there anything you guys want to say before we move on?
Well, I'm really glad to be proven wrong that this wasn't in any way a trap game.
Yeah.
And that it was complete dominance from Reno. I mean, Tulsa had their chances here and there, but they really didn't have anything behind it. So just well done. And way to go into the playoffs with some fire.
No doubt.
Heat.
Yeah.
I love it.
Brad?
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I got a self-gloat for projecting a 3-0 win this week for Reno.
Brad, did you get the point?
I think I got
Brad
the point.
got the
I'm like
point. All right.
99.9% sure that's
I
what I said.
I don't remember hearing anybody go for a win, a 3-0 win.
I did.
Cool.
On the podcast last week.
No, cool. It benefits me if you get the point. Because
I don't think I can catch up.
No, exactly.
Even in the postseason,
So,
it's just like a little pat on the back that like my 2.5 point victories this year were better.
Look, you called the final regular season match. I think that's pretty darn good.
That's got to be worth something,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it's worth a pat on the back, Brad. Well
and
done.
1 point.
Here's
And
the
1
second.
point.
And 1 whole point. Moving me up the standings, I think, to like 3rd or 4th by myself.
How many points? That would give you 2.5 points?
That would give me 2 whole points.
2 whole points. Okay, so I think you might still be behind Matt.
Yeah.
I am
Matt-
still behind
yeah,
Matt.
so-
Matt's at like 2.5 or
So
3.
yeah, that
and
would.
you're at,
I
like,
think that
4.
would put you in
And-
4th place.
John ran away with it.
Because or maybe even 5th because Deej and Roy are ahead of Matt as well.
Don't we have playoffs to talk about now?
No,
I just had to
let's
tell
forget
Clint.
about
not
this
yet.
this whole
We
thing.
don't have playoffs to talk about yet, and let me tell you why, guys. Because I went through Greater Nevada Field earlier today, and I grabbed interviews. We had a media day, which means you guys are going to see plenty of Brent Richards and plenty of Corey Herzog and plenty of Coach Ian Russell looking in the opposite direction of my camera. So, but that's okay because luckily I have one hell of a mic and you can hear them perfectly. So let's go ahead and tune into that. I'm going to give you guys just like 2 seconds here to sign in on YouTube so you can watch them as well. And don't forget to mute yourself so we don't have an echo. Here is Brent Richards and Corey Herzog and Ian Russell in that order.
I think we're going to be prepared for any team that comes to play us, and we've played all of them at this point, and we've had good results, especially the last few months. So we're going to be ready for whatever team comes in. We're not a first-year team anymore, and like you said, we want to win a championship. Anything less, we're going to be disappointed. So that's the only thing we're thinking about. Yeah, getting a few wins under our belt right before playoffs is definitely a good thing, especially getting a few shutouts as well. And we've had some issues in the year with giving up goals when we shouldn't be, and so to have our last several games giving up no goals has been really good for us. If you've seen the way we played the last few months, then you can see it's all about us. We're prepared for any team we're going to play, and we're feeling really confident. We have a great following here, a bunch of supporters groups, and get a good show. And it's a really fun environment for us, and it's tough for other teams to come up here 4,500 feet and put in a good 90 minutes, but we feel like we're one of the fittest teams in the league, so we're ready for it. We wouldn't be here without them. If there's nobody coming to games, then we wouldn't have an opportunity to play. So to have their support is fantastic for one, and we feel really good about us getting to the playoffs this year and being able to keep going for them because they've been here for us all season through the ups and the downs.
Yeah, I mean, as a forward, you always want to score goals, so having a good year this year and all that means a lot to me and to my family. But yeah, there's going to be plenty more goals in playoffs than that. So I'm just really focused on winning the game right now. It doesn't matter who scores, but scoring is always nice. Getting the second spot, if we win our first home playoff game, we get another home playoff game, and then we'll be in the Western Conference if we win those two. So that was huge. I mean, traveling and going on the road, you're not as comfortable, you're not in your home, you're not getting the best night's sleep in that. So 2 home games is great achievement for us. It's very exciting. I mean, we played 34 games to get to this moment, and we got a home playoff game. We're really excited to get that going. I think we have a really good locker room, and that's been helping us on the road and everything, pick up big wins in that. So I think as a group, we're a good group together, and it shows on the field. Yeah, right now we're just not relaxing, but we're getting our stuff ready. We'll watch on Wednesday to see who we got. So it'll be interesting Thursday with which team we have, and then we'll game plan from there. Yeah, this is definitely the moment where you want to be the healthiest and the strongest and the fastest and the fittest. So, and I feel like our staff has done a great job in that. I don't even think we have many injuries right now. Everybody's healthy, everybody's fit, so credit to all of them. Yeah, I need to do my job in the playoffs. I need to score some goals. I need to get our team on the front foot. Like, scoring the first goal in playoffs is huge. You give up an early goal, teams sit in, it's tough to get in behind and all that. So getting the early goal and just being the guy to do it is a good confidence booster for the team and for me. We'll win, we'll move on, we'll get 2 home playoff games here.
Yeah, it's been a good 3 years here. A lot of factors. I mean, obviously we've had some really good players that have come through here. With the Earthquakes being a part of this, they really help. They help scout. So we have a good staff, coaching staff, training staff. So it's a bunch of factors, but it's been good 3 years, and I think we've developed a lot of good players that have gone on to MLS from this club. I think it's more, obviously we're scoring a lot of goals, but recently we've been really not conceding many goals, a bunch of clean sheets, shutouts. So that's what you kind of need in the playoffs to make a run at it. Just motivated. We had a spell about 2 months ago where we were struggling. We had a couple really good heart-to-heart talks in the locker room. And guys are motivated to win and fight. The goal all year was to make the playoffs. As we got halfway through the season, I think the top 4 was the goal. That means we host 1 game, and then as it really came down to it, we're like, hey, I think we can get the 2nd seed, and hopefully we get to use both home games. That means we're winning, so it's pretty important. I think for sure playoff experience matters. I know the first year here, we had a bunch of guys that hadn't really been in the playoffs, and we had a good team. We ended up losing in the first round, but now it's been 3 years of this. We've gotten a couple guys from other teams that have made the playoffs, So I think that can be a good factor going into it. I think as for a coach, it's always, you want to win the whole thing every year. But I think, you take what comes. I think we have a good chance of getting there. But we need to just perform and be ready to go. You always want to play for your fans. And it's not only that, we're used to the field here. There is altitude, so that helps us. And it's about, sleeping in your same bed the night before the game, eating your normal meals and just having to go at it. We don't really change a lot. Attacking-wise, we have our principles. We stick to them. Same defensively. So we've had some good success against the teams that we may potentially play. But the playoffs are a different animal. It's one game, you're done. So it's a clean slate for everybody. The regular season actually means nothing, which, it's 2 seasons, so we're ready to go.
I think I ended on the best part of the interview there with Coach Ian talking about how playoffs are a whole different beast, guys, and they really are. And I think the best way to for us to think about that is to think about the very first season with Reno when we were high-flying and expected to win our first playoff match ever, and we did not. So you never know what you're going to get in the playoffs. Now, while we were watching those, Matt was doing some trickery with his background. We no longer have the lovely Nevada blue background behind him. Instead, we have, what is that, Matt?
Oh, this is the USL Championship website's interactive bracket. I actually think it's pretty well done. But I mean, this is the bracket, this is the table. These are the guys vying for that silverware. And I'm stoked. It looks like it's going to be a fun time.
I'm not gonna lie, I've been toying around with it too. Hold on, let me pull open my little screen share.
I don't know, Brad. You're too slow, Matt.
I know I was too slow, but oh no, I did mine during the interview. I made one for each of us.
Oh, cool. I like it.
I like Matt's better because his head is right at the bottom. Actually, you can't see it because of all of our windows.
Oh, no.
Right, but there he is, peeking around Brad. He's actually right behind your shoulder, Brad.
Is that better?
No, you're right on the 1868 Weekly logo, just a wee bit to the right.
I would put it
there we go.
right in
All
the
right,
middle.
cool.
Okay,
Okay,
So
perfect.
there's Matt, and he's over the other side of the bracket, it looks like. Actually, I can't tell. I think you're right over our bracket.
Yeah,
that's all right. So
the 1868 Weekly thing is covering it up. It's
I guess I
Reno
probably should
versus
take that
High
down
Seed.
right now. If you want to move yourself just a wee bit to the right,
Okay.
a little bit. That should be fine right now. All right. So
How was that?
So
okay, there we go.
as you find viewers and people who watch our content for some reason can see, under Reno, there is a blank spot, and right where Matt was looking, and then coincidentally above Phoenix, they're also missing an opponent. The reason for this is because there is a wild card match, which is what they should call it. 2 of them, actually. And, well, technically there are 4. 2 for the West and 2 for the East. We don't care about the East right now. I don't care about the East until we get to the finals. So, going on our side, we've got a match tomorrow night, Sacramento against New Mexico United. We also have Austin Bold against Los Dos, LA Galaxy 2. Now, LA Galaxy 2 is going to lose because they don't have any originality and don't have an original name, and they're named after their club. So we'll just think Austin Bold. They're losing solely because of that, Matt, not because of their play.
No, that's fair. That's very fair. I mean, I called Austin to make it through anyway,
Yeah,
so I agree with you.
in all reality, I think Austin Bold's going to come through with that one. But then on the other side, I think you have more of an argument for either team. I guess since we're already kind of talking about it, let's talk a little bit more about the logistics of who we think will win this Austin Bold and LA match. And this, of course, is culminating to who we think Reno will be playing and who obviously will think Phoenix will be playing. So, Austin Bold, LA Galaxy, guys, who is taking this? And Brad, if you talk, I'm going to stay on Matt so that we can take a look at this
that's fine.
playoff bracket.
That's fine. Man, Austin Bold versus Los Dos. I'm honestly thinking and kind of hoping that Austin Bold does win this game so that we can have another game of Diego Restrepo in Reno. I hear Matt laughing. He is the easiest goalkeeper for fans to get into the head of. He plays with his heart on his sleeve and also his stomach out of onto the ground somehow. He is fun to play
Dang.
with, fun to play against. So yeah, I do think Austin Bolt is the better team. They have a really well established defense. Los Dos has a really strong attack, a really good attack for their youth. However, I just think that at the end of the day, as Corey was saying in the interviews, put a goal in early in the game, and then your defense just camps the rest of the game. And I think Austin Bold can allow LA not to score if they can get ahead in the first place.
To kind of bounce off that a little bit, we have Roy in the comments today. He mentions the officials and how he hopes that they don't rule perfectly good goals offside, which, good Lord, I hope we have good officiating during the playoffs. And then he also pointed out that he is hoping for Restrepo here, which is kind of exactly what you were saying, Brad. So I think, Roy, thank you all, as always, for contributing to the conversation, because we all agree with you. I would also really prefer the Austin Bold to come back to Reno. Matt, what do you think?
Well, yeah, I'm on board with Austin Bold going forward. Los Dos are not going to have their full array of players that they usually like, just because there's cup tie rules, because they're in the same federation, so that ends up creating some oddities as far as player eligibility. So they're going to be missing a leg, I feel like. So Austin should be able to run over them, and I would love to have them at home. Bring it. Like we've shown that we can take care of them, and Diego's just fun to mess with. In his last game against Vegas, he had the antics going again. He was a little too hot headed. He made stupid plays, and I want to see more of that here.
Let's be fair here, Matt. We've handled all 4 of these teams during the regular season. So I think we had one rough match against Austin, right? And that was in Austin. No, I think we won in Austin. Yeah. So we are 2, 4, 6, 8-0 against all 4 of these teams.
Yep.
And of course, there's no way we'll be playing New Mexico United because they are the lowest seed. So should they beat Sacramento, they will be playing Phoenix. So if we play anyone, it's going to be Sacramento, Austin, or Los Dos. So what does Los Dos have to do here to end up coming into Reno for another biggest little beatdown?
Score first and hope Sacramento loses.
Yeah, pretty much.
I honestly do think the team that scores first in this game wins. I think this is going to be a low-scoring game between the two teams.
I could see that. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Like 1-0, 2-1 kind of deal.
I'm thinking 1-0 at maybe 2-1, yeah, but 1-0.
Okay.
I don't have a score prediction, guys. I really have not put any thought into a score prediction for these matches. I know that seems like what you guys have done. But I can tell you guys that I do 100% believe that Austin Bold's going to come out of this. And then they're going to come to Reno and they're going to lose. So,
Yep.
Actually, you know what? We'll get into that. I actually don't think that they'll come to Reno. And I'll tell you why. And that's because on the other side of the bracket, we've got Sacramento and New Mexico. And I don't think New Mexico is going to beat Sacramento.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Really? Yeah. I didn't even think about that until I looked up and I was like, oh, wait a second. But look, I'm not worried about any of these 4 teams. And I don't think that we've been shown any reason that we should be worried about any of these 4 teams, other than the fact that, like Ian was saying, playoffs are a different animal. Obviously, anything can happen. But New Mexico got in because San Antonio lost, right? So
Pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see it happening for New Mexico United. I think Sacramento is going to come in with fire on this one, and then they're going to hit the big blue wall that is Reno, and then they're going to go into MLS on a loss. So, yeah.
Well, they're not going to MLS just yet.
Oh, okay. Well, they're going to celebrate their MLS. They're welcoming MLS with a loss.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 2021?
22, I believe.
22. Oh, that's quite a while.
Which is weird because they've been doing so much prep work on the rail yard site, expecting it and thinking it's coming. You'd think they'd be able to just pop one up overnight.
That's kind of what you would think. But
that's what they've been saying.
Right.
Or at least
that's okay because we can use an extra 2 wins a year. So, yeah. So, yeah. All right. So you guys, we all seem pretty confident that Austin Bold's going to walk out of that match. But it seems, Matt, like we have some differences in who we think will walk out of this match. Why no Sacramento?
Okay. Both the teams are on a bit of a slide. They're not nearly as good as they were at the beginning of the season, and they've been spotty to say the least in the last month. My thing is that through all of it, Sacramento has still really had no attack, and that's what I've been saying every single time we face them is they have nothing. They're anemic. Whereas New Mexico can still put pressure on. I just feel like they have been facing better sides that are better teams overall. New Mexico does have the strength to be able to put a couple away. And if they can put a couple away over Sac, who cannot score, then they're going to come up on top. Also, they have experience in tournaments being the underdogs. So that is kind of their trump card there, if you would.
Their experience is once.
Man, that is a deep cup run for a first year team.
I don't know, man.
I'm just saying, I think it's going to go to United. I would love to have Sac at home, but I think it's United.
I have to agree with Matt here. These are the opponents Sac had to beat in order to pretty much lock down a home game. Real Monarchs at Salt Lake City this past weekend, and Orange County at home. You know, they just played some playoff contender teams. They lost to both. They got whomped by Salt Lake 3-0. But other teams that they could have played to just lock away a home game. LA Galaxy 2, El Paso Locomotive. You know, these are teams that are all in the playoffs. Teams that if they didn't beat, you know, then how are you expected to compete against a team like New Mexico? Sure, New Mexico was at the top of the table, and then their Open Cup run happened. But this is a team I guarantee you their fans are going to travel up to Sacramento tomorrow. You're going to have at least a couple dozen there. It's going to be an interesting game. I think that this one is more liable of the two to be high scoring. I think that this game could easily be a 3-2 win. I'm going to say United here. I can see both sides of the coin here. I think that we're going to see at least 5 goals. That's a lot of goals to be scored here. But, you know, I have to give that edge to, you know, New Mexico United might have gotten destroyed by Minnesota on the Open Cup, but at least they made it against some pretty good teams on the road. So I got to give it to New Mexico United here.
That was so long ago, Brad and Matt.
Experience, dude.
So long ago.
Yeah. I stick by my original top point is that New Mexico has the attacking threat that Sac does not.
So
hold on one second though. Enna Voldson's been pretty good for Sac. You don't think that he's going to be an attacking threat in that game?
He would be the attacking threat then.
Okay.
Whereas at the very least, New Mexico has Weehan and Frater.
Right. But so I want Austin Bold, and I think we're probably going to end up with Sac Republic. Although that would be a fitting first match in the playoffs, I think. A last-minute Donner Pass derby.
It would be so fun.
Right.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool. And they do come down to Reno. So they do travel fairly well to Reno. And so we'll have to see what happens. think that would be a cool match. Let's do it this way, guys, because we're going to have to predict, even though we don't know who our opponent is. So if somehow our opponent ends up as Galaxy, I mean, it's possible. We're going to have to predict these matches. So let's do the higher seed first, which is Sacramento. If we get Sacramento, wait, am I reading this wrong? I think I might be reading this wrong. So, no, I'm reading it right. Okay, yeah. So the highest one that we get is going to be Sacramento Republic.
Yes.
So we get Sac, guys. What happens?
I think that it's going to be a 2-0 win for Reno. Are we doing players if we're predicting 3 games? Just because we got to throw it out there.
I think we should just project one total game.
One
I don't care who the
game?
opponent is. I don't care who the opponent is.
All right. So
I have the same.
We'll do this, guys. I really like that video thing we did a while back. So why don't we?
Yeah, I'm down to do that again. I like that.
Yeah, no, it looked really good. People liked it. So let's play something. Let's play a different kind of prediction game. Who's Reno going to be playing?
There you go.
Yeah.
I mean,
who
Matt
is
and I are
Reno
gonna say
going
the
to be
same thing.
playing? Yeah, we'll do that, and we've kind of already talked about it, but that's fine. I think this, if depending on how many people respond, because it is a quick turnaround, we might just give away a point if someone's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to say Austin, but we need a tiebreaker
Yeah, we do need a tiebreaker.
because me and Brad are gonna have the same answer.
All right, we'll just give it to Brad since he's further back. We'll keep it so Matt doesn't get another point for the rest of the season.
I'll sweep the playoffs.
It would be tradition for me not to be able to score.
Or maybe we should do. I don't know. We'll figure this out. So you both got Boston. You both got Austin Bold. So
Boston, Texas.
yeah, I'm seeing the B
Boston,
on the
Massachusetts.
logo. Yeah. All right. So
Man.
continue, Matt. We'll worry about all that stuff later.
But yeah, I'm thinking that we're gonna see Austin Bold, and I know we're gonna wait to do predictions until we get there. But I mean, obviously, I'm gonna take Reno to win on that one at home in the playoffs.
Yeah.
They're hot. It's gonna be a win.
Yeah. How about Brad?
Yeah, I mean, I also see Austin Bold as our opponent. Although, to be honest, my confidence levels in that isn't super high. This Sacramento game is a wild card to me because if Sac wins, it doesn't matter. But I think Austin Bold makes it out of that game. And either way, it doesn't matter who we play. We're 6-0 8-0, whatever it is. We're undefeated versus all these teams that we can play. 6-0 against all the teams that we can play with a goal differential of +10. It doesn't matter who we're gonna play. We're gonna score on them and we're gonna win.
Yeah. I have Sacramento. Obviously, I feel the same way, Brad. I'm not worried about it. Well, you seem a little bit worried about the Sac match. I'm not worried at all. Matt is okay.
My bad.
It's all good. Yeah, I'm not worried at all against Sacramento or any other team that we play right now. Of course, playoffs is another beast, and you really don't know what's going to happen. So only one way to find out, boys, and that's get your butt to Greater Nevada Field on Saturday. Cheer on the team. I showed you guys the interviews. The 3 people we interviewed obviously appreciate your support. Show up in droves, especially if we're playing Sac, because let me tell you, they will show up. So we got to be loud, we got to be proud, and we got to cheer on our playoff fighters, man. So let me get off of you, Matt, so you can do what you're trying to do.
No, I was just I was looking up some stuff for the East because I had a question about what you guys thought about the East. Just a little one-off. I know you guys don't care about that side too much until the very end.
Side too much, Matt.
Fair? That's fair.
I don't.
That's fair.
I will care about them once finals is in sight.
Okay.
All right, but in the meantime, I mean, we could totally talk about that, Matt. I'm just giving you a hard time.
Okay.
In the meantime, we do have a prediction from Roy. And I love the confidence in Roy. The prediction is 2-1, regardless of who we play. It doesn't matter who we play. Roy's predicting a 2-1 win. And Roy, you got until Saturday in case you want to change your mind on that. But I know you're pretty
He won't.
Yeah, you're pretty good with your predictions. And he's got Corey, and he's got the man Duke Lacroix scoring. Duke. I saw Duke today. So awesome. Yeah, I love that guy. Yeah. So we will give our predictions to you fine people once we know who our opponent is, and we'll do it via video like we did a while back. I can't remember the match. But when we do so, keep an eye on 1868 Weekly's Twitter. And then, of course, you'll probably find it on all of our personal accounts as well, including Facebook. So, yeah, keep an eye on that, guys. And give us your predictions. Just in some written form before Saturday. And then hopefully I can etch out another point and then clinch it. Right, Brad?
Sure. I can sweep the playoffs. That's fine by me.
If you sweep playoffs, I think I still win.
No. If I sweep playoffs,
So you have...
that's 4 games. You're not 4
Yeah,
points
you're
away
right.
of me.
You're right. No way. But maybe. I don't know. Anything's possible. Even miracles. So, all right. Matt, you wanted to talk a little bit about the East. I suppose I should give you... I should let you
think I
talk
have
a
an
little bit
idea of
about the
this
East.
question.
No, but like it's seriously just a little one-off. What you guys think, just on the fly?
So let me
Like,
tell you real
who-
quick.
Huh?
We cannot see the bottom of the bracket because all of our...
It's Nashville against whoever wins as the high seed.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
Okay, then
Yep,
continue.
yep. Okay, so just simple question is, who do you see right now making it to the final? Like, I'm curious to see what you guys think about it. Once we get to the end, so we can go back and reminisce on that and how wrong we are.
I don't know
man.
the East so well.
Pittsburgh has secretly climbed from being out of the playoffs like early on in the season to first place, and it was convincing this last month. I think you got to go with the team carrying momentum. I hate to see a team from Pittsburgh with gold and black colors make something out of that, but also you can't ever turn your eye against Louisville City, the 2-time champion of the league right now. I know. Or the Baby Bulls, which somehow always seems to make conference finals. I don't know how, but they always seem to make
consistently
conference
great.
finals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the Tampa Bay Rowdies have been pretty solid this year.
They've
Eh.
given up some goals since they were at the top. The whole conference has been weird.
I would say, like, I think Mike Pendleton would say otherwise. I've seen his Twitter rants. Like, Tampa Bay has not been as excellent as they have been.
Their defense has been good. They have had the
Mm-hmm.
least amount of goals scored against them in the league. But they're a 5th seed for a reason, They were 1st seed for a while. They were top of the power rankings for a while. And then all of a sudden, the teams we expected to get up there, like Indy 11, like New York was there. Then New York lost 6 games out of the last 7 games that they played. So now they're in 6th place.
Yep.
We'll
Well,
see.
They've been trying to give it away. But I'm thinking, Brad, you brought up momentum earlier, and I think all the momentum's in Nashville. They've won the last 5, and I think they haven't lost since the beginning of September, and really they've been super strong. And of course, it's probably thanks to Reno built Jimmy Ockford and Matt LaGrassa. But I mean, I'm just saying that I would not be shocked if they make it to the final. And I think that would be pretty cool to see a bit of a reunion in the final. And I mean, I'm willing to fly to Nashville.
See, I could see that same thing happening. However, as is tradition in the USL, as soon as a team gets ready to go to the MLS, they got to lose in the first round. And I'm pretty sure Nashville is moving on next year to the MLS. Correct me if I'm wrong.
They are.
Okay. So, yeah, as is tradition with Cincy losing the first round last year after setting a record for points, Nashville's gone in the first round this year. Sorry.
Really?
It's just tradition.
But that was going to be my my next question. Is that with the first seeds of Phoenix and Pittsburgh in their respective conferences, as is tradition, top seed always crashes out early. Who does it first?
So
I
you're
think,
talking
you know,
Phoenix or Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh, yeah, those are the number one seeds.
Oh, I got to go Pittsburgh.
Really? All right.
as confident as I am Pittsburgh can make it out, I don't think I could go against Phoenix in this bet. You know,
I've got one team
They
in the
look
West
so
beating
good.
Phoenix, and I'm pretty sure you guys know who it is.
What?
Yeah.
But Phoenix have been wavering. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
they had a loss on a drop. Ooh, scary. But I think if a team can figure out how to shut down Asante and keep him from diving in the box, then I feel like somebody can overtake Phoenix in the first or second round.
Yeah, you mentioned. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I see them honestly losing until we would potentially play them. I mean,
who's flying to Phoenix?
so we've got. I really need to go to Phoenix, but anyway, they've
You can do it
they've what's that?
You can do it next year. I'd prefer to have a home game in the final, in the conference final.
Yeah, but
That's fair.
But I mean, what's likely? You know it in your soul.
I don't know. I honestly think whoever comes out of that Real Salt Lake versus Orange County, both teams are carrying some absolutely psycho momentum. Right
Sure,
now.
but
I think one of those two teams can upset Phoenix. There's a blueprint of how to beat them.
it's gonna have to be Reno. Reno is the West's only hope, Brad.
I disagree with you. I think one of those two teams can do it.
I mean,
We're the Obi-Wan of the West.
yes,
we're the only
and
hope.
they're the stinky. Well, technically, we'd be Luke Skywalker, but they're Darth Vader, but they're not cool. So, I don't know. Phoenix is really good, guys.
They are really good, but they are not immortal.
Right. They're not. So yeah, we'll see what happens, Brad. You very well could be right. I think Orange County's done a stellar job as of late, especially they've had such a up and down season, and then to come out in 5th. Yeah. I don't know, guys. Interestingly enough, Matt, it seemed like Brad or Roy made a prediction in the comments here. And the prediction is that Nashville will meet Reno 1868 FC
Oh, jeez.
in the finals,
Egg face.
and Reno will come out on top, and it will be a 3-1 victory.
Oh, he even called the score.
Yeah, he's got a 3-1 victory in the championship from Nashville, but then he's got a very tight match coming up on Saturday. Indeed.
Interesting. I feel like finals usually aren't that wide open.
I can say I very much believe that Reno can make the finals. And I think that we could beat any team on this table. Now, whether or not I think something can happen or something will happen, that's a different matter. I thought the Chargers were going to be good this year.
Oh.
I thought that the Sharks would beat the Penguins in the Stanley Cup. So, I mean, we think all of these amazing things are going to happen. But anyway, look, I'm very confident in Reno. So that's kind of the point of where I was going. You just never know what's going to happen in playoffs. I thought the Giants would suck, and then they won a World Series. So, things happen. All right, guys. Any final thoughts on this table here that we're looking at?
I'd love to see us sometime before this weekend starts, kind of actually each one produce one of these, and tweet it out before the weekend starts, just to see kind of a little competition.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're willing to bet on it, but that's why.
Are we all going to have Reno winning this competition?
Obviously.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. So
I guess it just determines who faces
Right.
us and by what score.
right, and then what
there's
happens
so
on the
many
other
other
side of the
matchups.
table? So yeah, no, that sounds fun. It's just on ESPN, huh? That's pretty rad.
No,
actually.
it's on the USL
Okay.
USLchampionships.com
Okay.
/playoffs.
Okay.
Literally, it's that easy.
I will do this before the matches tomorrow to make it more sketchy.
Screenshot it.
I will screenshot it and I will post it to social media. And then maybe I'll make another one if I'm really wrong tomorrow. But if I'm not, I could be like, oh, hey, guys, check this out. So we'll see how this goes. Maybe we could do a different competition. So we have the game prediction or the prediction for the matches. Let's do a bracket thing. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Whoever has the most complete USL Championship playoff bracket wins this competition for absolutely nothing, which is kind of what that prediction game is for. You get a lot of points. You get to tell us that we suck at our jobs, and that's a lot of fun. So, yeah. Let's do that. That sounds fun. Whoever's got the best bracket wins. Have them submitted by, we'll do Saturday. Yeah? Done.
Sounds awesome.
Set in stone. So I say, and so it shall be. All right, guys. Any final thoughts on this? I really hope Phoenix somehow loses against who they're playing.
I think honestly, Phoenix is more likely to go out at the Orange County Salt Lake match.
I appreciate your enthusiasm, Brad.
I think both teams are coming into this playoffs on a huge roll. If Phoenix is going to lose before they get to the conference finals, it's that game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I agree with you on that. Yeah, for sure, because it's very general.
It's easy to predict something when
it is.
so many outcomes.
It's
can
like
happen.
saying Reno is most likely to lose in to the winner of the Locos or Fresno.
Oh my gosh, y'all
God.
are excessive. No,
God, I hope
like,
we don't play
honestly,
Fresno. I might be a little worried about Fresno. Let me be honest with you guys, just because we've had rough going with them this year,
Yeah, that's true. But
and we've split
No.
Loco, right? But recently,
no.
no, win and draw, right?
Mhm.
we drew
No.
them at home.
No. We lost on the road 1-0.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Did we lose to them twice?
Not twice. Didn't we draw at home, or did we lose at home to them?
I guess when we, I don't know. Let's look this up because this is important, guys.
We are totally super fans of this one team that we only do a podcast about, so we should know every single thing about
I mean,
them.
You know?
yeah, no.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was that 0-0 draw at home.
Oh,
I
okay, so we drew,
thought it
okay.
was, but I didn't want to put my foot in my mouth.
Look, how many games are there a year? Like 30?
34.
Yeah,
34.
34. So I mean, we get a pass. It's like we're not going to remember every single moment of a match.
I feel like we do a good enough job.
Yeah, we remember that we haven't lost to any of the teams that we could potentially play. So,
True.
I mean, yeah, okay. So that's kind of the next match up. It might be a little sketchy, but here's one benefit, guys. We play at home. We play at home.
Yep. We played
And-
home against a team that just played 3 days
Yeah,
previously.
look, we need your support at this match. It could maybe you think it's a shoo-in. I mean we've not lost to any of these teams that we could play. But you heard it from Ian, you heard it from Corey, and you heard it from Brent, the captain. Get down to Greater Nevada Field on Saturday. You'll have a great time. I mean, look, like worst case scenario win, or worst case scenario loss, I mean. Loss, win, draw. Well, I mean, there are no draws, but you'll have a good time. Come on down to Greater Nevada Field on Saturday. Cheer on the Reno Azules. And let's go into next Saturday against Fresno or El Paso. All right, that's my sales pitch, guys. So this might be hard. This might be crazy, guys, but we're 54 minutes into the show. And we didn't hang out for too long before we started recording, or before we started the episode. So, any final soccer thoughts, and then we'll go into random thoughts. Matt, you usually have something soccer related you want to talk about.
Yeah, I do have a soccer thought. Hey, there I went. One of the things that people have been talking about, and specifically Harry. I know you're going to be listening or watching this. I suggest you move over to watching at this point. My dude, that goal. I mean, that the one that you thought went in, and should have put you guys in the playoffs. I wasn't sure about that because every replay I've seen has been super low quality. The resolution's bad, and you can't really tell. So I made a little thing that kind of shows. Yeah, I don't know if I'm showing on the stream right now,
Yeah.
but here is definitive proof. Is it not showing everything? Oh, it's not showing everything. Why?
Yeah, it's just a little blurred. I don't know what I'm looking at exactly. So you have the
Okay, so
the
here we
cross
are.
coming in right now.
Cross is coming in.
And then the stop.
It's blurred because it zooms in, but the important thing is the reference line. Here's the line. I'm using the end line to reference.
Okay.
Pulling it in to the keeper. That's his back foot. That's the back foot of the attacker. That is clearly offside. I'm sorry, man. That's a no goal. That was actually a really good call by that ref.
You just busted the balls of one of our most loyal listeners, Matt.
Honestly, and I didn't do it to bust balls.
We need him.
I did it because I had to know. I had to know for sure whether or not it was off because I was not sure in my heart of hearts. And I have the tools, I have the technology to be able to figure it out.
Okay.
All right, so VAR Assistant of the Year for next year, guys.
Look, I mean,
look forward to it.
We really do need it with how blind our refs are.
There's just, it's not that I don't agree. It's that logistically speaking, in some of these stadiums, we only have like one camera crew. Like in a lot of these stadiums, in order to have VAR be a thing, you need at least like 3 or 5 more to capture multiple
USL's
angles
getting
of the
bigger,
field.
man. A lot bigger.
But is that financially like a thing right now for a lot of these smaller teams? Sure, Reno could easily afford to do that, I would hope. But what about Tulsa, who's averaged under 3,000 fans a game this year?
Life.
What about
Brad,
Oklahoma City?
Life comes at you fast sometimes.
Well,
I don't think this is something that's instituted next year.
If they make that a standard, or if they up the necessity for better production quality, then teams I guess can make the decision to go down to League One, I suppose. I mean that's kind of why that league's there, is if you want a professional team but don't want to incur the higher costs of an almost MLS level league.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think that change is still more than a year away from now.
Oh sure, yeah.
I think at least 2 years or 3 years when the league does start mandating that teams build stadiums, is when realistically we could see something like VAR come into the league.
No, that's fair.
Brad, do you have a random soccer-related thought?
Soccer-related, I hear this great guy on Reddit who posted a Wes Anderson gif. That was probably the best gif of the year.
Yeah.
For those people who do go on the USL subreddit, some random guy from Nevada, a user underscore Raf Out Loud, seems to manage to up his game continuously, and he needs to pull it up because it is perfect for how this postseason's gonna go. So good work to you there.
We've got
I thought that was great.
really talented people here in Reno, and I'm very proud to have 2 of them for the podcast.
Oh, thanks. But yeah, don't sleep on Reno, man. There's some cool and talented people, and you can definitely tell from all the street art that has been going up around town.
No doubt.
Oh, beautiful art going up around. But you know what? I don't know if I can send the sound from my computer into the stream.
It doesn't matter. Just we'll tweet it out collectively.
Yeah, where can we find it, Matt? Well, maybe share that with them.
It's probably going to be easiest to find on Twitter. My username is @RafOutLoud with underscores between each word. And if it hasn't come across you yet, I'm kind of surprised. This one blew up a little bit.
Yeah, it did.
I think it's sitting on like 40-something retweets and like 150 likes. I don't know. But it's kind of nuts, and people seem to love it.
Yeah, well done, Matt. It's not your first big hit, and I really doubt it's going to be your last. So, Well done, Matt. We are running out of time. Let's go into random thoughts. And Matt, since you did have the meme that keeps memeing, you get the first random thought.
First random thought. Oh man. I'm kind of bummed that it's not going to snow. Yeah, actually, when you mentioned that earlier, my ears perked up,
Oh, I'm
and
stoked.
I
Sorry, man.
yeah. I mean, it's I
am
know that
stoked.
we want better weather for the playoff game. I know, but I just thought it would be super cool to have a snow bowl to welcome whoever decides to make their way up the mountain.
We still could.
Especially if it's Los Dos or Austin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I understand the positive aspects of it. We still could. It's just probably not going to be the first round.
No, that's fair. That's fair. But I'm enjoying the shift and the fall weather, and it's spooky season, and I don't know. I'm just in a great mood because of all the happenings going around in nature.
Yeah. All right, Brad, what's your random thought?
All right, so I was gonna do my beer reference. I'm drinking from Tonopah Beer Company. I think I was drinking last week
Oh,
from
yeah.
them.
Yeah.
This is the pomegranate Hefeweizen. It's called Yankee Girl, and
Mm.
I feel so basic for drinking it, but it's actually like pretty good. But for actual random thought, Matt's last couple words made me like want to switch it up to unpopular opinion alert. Halloween is the worst holiday of the year. My opinion.
Yeah, boo indeed. What?
Unpopular opinion.
All right, that's all
hold
we'll
on,
be
hold on.
hearing from
I get
an
Brad's
opinion.
random
Let
thought.
the
I get an
heathen have his words.
I get an opinion. We are not talking conspiracy theories. I get an opinion, scientific opinion.
But
here.
you get an opinion even if
No.
we were talking conspiracy theories.
Hold on. I'm like pointing at the camera. Okay, hold on. So Halloween is my least favorite holiday of the year because I feel like it exists, A, for children. Like, if you're a child, Halloween's flipping awesome. You get to dress up, you get to get candy. But when you're an adult, you get to dress up, and then, like, for me, it kind of is embarrassing for some people.
What's
Like,
happened to
you
you?
know, like,
Who's done this to you, Brad?
I was not the
Who hurt
college kid
you?
who enjoyed parties.
So?
But like not parties, but like Halloween parties. I just think it's an excuse for people to dress up as
Okay.
extra
Yes.
as extra as they
All
want,
right.
with as much or little clothing as they choose,
Okay.
and to just be, I don't know, I just don't
Look,
like
it's
it.
starting to sound to me like your problem is with America,
It's
not the holiday.
Brad,
Sure,
do you hate America?
I plead the fifth.
Okay.
But no, my opinion is I just don't like Halloween. It's never been a holiday that I've enjoyed a lot.
That's fair, dude. I know a lot of people who don't
Oh,
like it too, but
Matt.
I personally I love it. I love the idea of all the spooky things, and being scared is okay, and just so much fun you can have with it that doesn't hold to a lot of like really prudish traditions and all that kind of stuff. You can really have fun with Halloween.
Hmm.
It's anarchy, and I love it.
Yeah, clearly I like Halloween. So, all right, from now on, we're doing the segment where Matt and John share their random thoughts, and then Brad just
Wow.
waits patiently for us to finish.
That is harsh.
All right, so yeah, I don't really have a random thought per se, especially since what I'm about to say pertains to the podcast. But this is my third season covering the team, and our second season of 1868 Weekly. And it's just really cool. And this is episode 50. Like, what a way to get to episode 50 than to be talking about home playoffs, I think. And not only that, but the club's highest playoff seeding, which is second place. Just really, really rad. Thank you all for listening. And thank you, Matt and Brat, for contributing. And all of the guests we've had on who have contributed to the conversation as well. We're only going to get better, folks. So keep tuning in. Appreciate all of you. And here's to the 50th episode of 1868 Weekly. That's all I got.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brad, where can we find you on social media?
You can find me. I've been tweeting a lot more than I have in the past, on Twitter at Pal on the Sky, and Reddit under the same name.
And Matt.
All right. Mostly on Reddit, on USL Pro, but a lot more on Twitter. If you follow me already, you would have seen my assault on the Las Vegas Lights account during the Cup. But in both places, my screen name is going to be Raf Out Loud with underscores between each word.
And guys, you can follow me at just really type in John Macaluso anywhere. I'm sure you'll find my bearded face. Also, follow 1868 Weekly on Twitter. And if you are on YouTube, god damn it, and you have not subscribed to the show, you really need to do that. You really need to do that because, I mean, we do this every week. You guys get notifications when we're live. You can follow in on the conversation. In fact, our episodes are better if you follow in on the conversation. So we really want you to do that. We really want you to interact with us. And take us away, Brad. What is that one phrase that has brought us to this moment here today?
All right. Thank you guys for listening, as always, for watching, for interacting with us. You know, we enjoy doing this for you guys just as much as we enjoy watching the team. In Ian, we trust. And
Vamos Azules!
See you
Oh,
guys.
that was very good singing.
Right? Bye, everybody. Let's get that silverware!
Woo!